Greetings, all you craft maidens and princesses. It's me, Chioma. Today, I'm going to show you how to make bibbidi bobbidi boo! This lovely, enchanted Belle choker inspired by Disney's Beauty and the Beast. This is the front, and this is the back. I don't know if you can see it, but here it is. So without further ado, let's get crafting. Yellow and red yarn, a yarn needle, a crochet hook, scissors, and knitting needles. I'm using a size I crochet hook. Let's begin, shall we? To make a slip knot, wrap the yarn around and pull a loop through. And there's your slip knot. There it is. Now let's start crocheting. Okay. Now, tighten the slip knot. Not too tight though. Now just yarn over and pull a loop through. Yarn over and pull a loop through. And already you're crocheting a chain. Now you want to crochet a chain long enough to go around your neck. But not too long though. You just want it long enough. And now that you have a crochet chain, let's continue. And now, do a single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then continue all the way to the end. That's single crochet all the way towards the end. Okay then, this is what we have so far. Lovely, isn't it? And now it's time to make the ruffles. So we're going to chain 3. Let me see, there we go. And turn our work, yarn over, enter our hook in, 3 loops, pull through 2, pull through 2 again, and there's a double crochet. And let's do it again. Yarn over, enter the hook through the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and there's your double crochet. And then slip stitch through the next stitch. Do it again. Now watch this. 3 double crochets in the next stitch. 1, 2, 3 double crochets. Now let me check. Let's see, do I have 3 double crochets? Let me see, do I have 3? Let me see. Yep, I have 3. And now slip stitch through the next stitch. Let me check. Yep, so far so good. And now, next stitch, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and a slip stitch through the next stitch. And now, just continue all the way to the end. And you have a nice ruffled edge. That's right. Continue all the way towards the end. That's 3 double crochets, slip stitch, next stitch. 3 double crochets in next stitch, slip stitch in the next stitch, all the way towards the end. This is what you'll get. And now we're going to cut the yarn because we're going to change into a different shade of yellow. A different shade of yellow, a lighter shade of yellow, to be exact. And now, add that lighter shade of yellow. I'm calling this sunshine yellow. Just get it good and secure. And I'm going to chain 1 and tighten it to make sure it don't come loose. Chain 3 and we're going to let's see what we're going to do. If I can just get my hook in there. A double crochet in each double crochet. And a chain 1. No, excuse me. Scratch that. A slip stitch a slip stitch where the first slip stitch has been. So it's 3 double crochets, that's a double crochet in each double crochet, and a slip stitch. And we're going to repeat that all the way towards the end. 3 double crochets and a slip stitch. 3 double crochets and a slip stitch. And I didn't feel myself doing this, but you should know that when I finished with this shade of yellow, I repeated this with another shade of yellow, as you see here. You can barely see it, but this is what I got. And now it's time to make the ties. Now what I am doing here is making a slip knot with all 3 shades of yellow yarn. And this couldn't get any simpler. All I have to do is attach it to one end of the choker and just crochet a chain long enough for me to tie. And then I do the same thing to the other end of the choker. Now it's time to make the rose. Now what I did was I casted on 30 stitches with red yarn, and making this rose couldn't get any simpler. You just knit a garter stitch every row. You just knit every row in garter stitch. How many rows do you knit? That depends on how big you want your rows. If you want a bigger rose, you cast on more stitches and knit more rows. If you want a smaller rose, cast on less stitches and knit fewer rows. Okay, don't bind off. What you want to do is cut your yarn, but leave a tail that's long enough. I think I left a tail that's way too long, but it'll work. Leave a tail that's long enough for you to thread your yarn through. Leave a tail long enough, thread your yarn through the needle, and then thread the needle through the stitches onto the needle. Thread the stitches that's on the needle how can I put this? Oh yeah, use your yarn needle to pick up the stitches off the knitting needle and thread it onto the yarn tail. That's more like it. And here you go. Here's one rose. Here's the second rose. And here's one big rose. Now let's put it all together. And there it is. The choker, all completed. you so much for watching. If you really like this tutorial, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you have any ideas on what Disney princess choker you would like for me to make, let me know in the comment section below. Remember, there's a little craft maiden and Disney princess in each and every one of you ladies out there. And for you men, there's a little craft master and Disney prince or hero, Disney hero, and each and every one of you. Keep crafting, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye.